Yo. So I just wanted to make a quick vlog sort of video talking to everybody in the I Am Games Discord, everybody who's highly engaged with I Am Games content, everybody who enjoyed the streams, enjoyed the stuff that me and Digi did, or enjoying the channel, liking the videos, and maybe wondering what's going on with the channel going forward. Because I'm just gonna fucking level with everybody. I'm just gonna be pretty legit and straight up and as honest as I can be about what's going on and what I'd like to do going forward. Because I found out that Digi was done with I Am Games when you guys did. He didn't talk to me about it beforehand, that he was thinking of stopping working on the channel with me and going off and doing his own thing and gonna roll all of his gaming content back into the main Digibro channel. Didn't tell me about it, just went and did it. So it kind of blindsided me. It's totally his prerogative. He can do whatever he wants. This was always a collaborative effort. It was always an opt-in thing. We both did it because we wanted to, and now clearly he thinks it's more valuable to do gaming content on his own channel, because that's his whole mantra right now, is he wants to grow the main channel, and scorch earth everything else and put everything into that. And that makes the most sense for him. He has, a fiance, he has a house, gotta really make everything financially lucrative in order to kind of facilitate all of that. I get it. But he's heavily implied that I Am Games is a failure, and I don't think that's true. I don't think enough time and enough effort was ever put into this channel and this project to really give it the legs it needed to stand on its own. I think because the financial position that Digi is in, he needed this to be a quick turnaround. And in my experience, and I think his experience, based on the stuff he's talked about with all the work he's put into anime vlogging before it took off and became Digibro, you can't just make something like this from nothing. It takes a lot of effort. One of the things that we kind of disagreed on, not in a huge way, just like we both kind of knew as we talked about doing content for the channel, is that we were kind of in a catch-22 situation. Is that the channel wasn't making money, but it was never going to make money unless we put the time into it. But it wasn't worth, at least for Digi, the time to invest because it wasn't making the money. So there was no really way out of it. And that was a problem. The streams were great because they were real-time content. It was not a huge time investment other than, the 2 hours a day that you put into the stream. And people seem to really like that. Now that we are apart, the streams are not really able to continue. And I decided to continue trying to make content for the channel because I thought I like I Am Games. I'm big into making games. I've spent a lot of time in the Discord talking to all of you guys. I was the one who built the Discord in the first place. I feel like we have a good community, and I didn't want to just let it all die. I thought I know a lot of you, by name. I know who you are. I know the projects you're working on. And I didn't want to let that go. I thought that there was a lot of good stuff there. So I kept the channel going, and Digi jumped back on for a little while, but now he's decided to leave. I don't think I Am Games is a failure, and I don't think it needs to be a failure. I think it's small still, but I think it's still growing, and I want to keep working on it. So I Am Games is my project now, and that might disappoint some people. I know probably a lot of people are here because of Digibro, and I'm kind of the second string sort of dude. I get that. I'll have to earn your trust if you even want to stick around and give me that shot. If you don't, that's totally understandable. But I've always been big into video games. I'm sure all of you are the same. But this is the first project I've really done 100% dedicated to the medium of video games. And it works for me. This is something that I've always been reading about and had my finger on the pulse of, and so it kind of just makes sense. I never really jumped into it before on all my other content and my other channels and all my other projects, because I always felt that the medium of covering games was very saturated and it would be hard to break into, which is why I never really decided to do it. I did it with Digi because I figured Digi's clout would allow us to get a kind of a foothold that I might not have been able to get by myself, and I think we did that. I don't think I Am Games would have been as successful and gotten to 11, almost 12,000 subscribers if Digi hadn't given it that initial push with his reach. I don't think I could have done it on my own. But now that it's here, now that it's built, and now that it's happening, I don't want to let it go. So I'm going to do everything that I can to continue pushing forward with I Am Games. I've been doing a lot of vlog content, probably not going to be doing a lot of that anymore. There was a poll that I did a couple weeks ago. The vast majority of people wanted more analytical content, long format video essays. So I'll be going forward doing more of that. There'll be more video essays. I'm no stranger to video essays. I've done them before. I've done a couple for the channel already. I'll be doing more in the future. I'm working with some other people that I know to try and make the content even better than it would on its own. I will talk about that more once I get all that hammered down. I'm still, I'm reaching out. I have a bit of a network, and so I'm trying to see what I can make happen with that. I don't know. I guess the rallying point of this entire vlog is that I think the community that we have, the content that we have, I don't think it's worth throwing away. I'm not going to say that Digi made the wrong decision, but I think just it's unfortunate that the financial part was so imperative for him. I understand why it was. When you have X thousand amount of dollars in monthly costs, of course you're going to have to put your finances first. I get that. But it's just a shame that that was the situation, because I think if we had taken the time and really invested and doubled and tripled down in IM Games, I think it could be successful. And so going forward, that's what I plan on doing. It's going to be hard for me because I'm also making a video game. I'd like to roll that into things going forward and have this be not just about talking about games as a consumer, but also as a developer. If people don't really respond to that, maybe I'll spin it off into another channel or something like that. But that is my perspective now, as a budding game developer. It lets me look at things kind of in a different way. But first and foremost, I am a gamer like everybody else. It's a medium that I've always loved. It's a medium I continue to love. And despite the fact that there's much of reason to be cynical, at the end of the day, I'm not cynical about games as a medium. I think there's still a lot going for it, and I think it's still worth talking about and being excited about. So I'm going to start doing a lot more video essays. I will start streaming again at some point in the future. If we pan over, the rig is set back up, so I'll be streaming on PC because I don't have a capture card. I think one of the things I'll probably be streaming first is Mass Effect, the Mass Effect series. I want to replay it. I'd like to do a retrospective on it. Me and Digi talked about doing that a couple times. That was actually one of the first projects we ever considered doing, all the way back in 2013 when we first met. We were talking about doing a collaborative effort on our Mass Effect retrospective because we both really liked it. We were both kind of disappointed with the ending of 3 and had a lot of things to talk about it. I think now is a great time to get into it. I think now that the dust has settled on Andromeda, the series is in hibernation, I suppose. It's a good time to look back on it. And maybe I'll probably play through 1, 2, 3. I know those games pretty well. I'd love to play through them again. It's been quite a few years. They'll be, fresh enough that it'll be a fun experience to go through. But it also, I'll be familiar enough that I think even though the story-driven game like Mass Effect, we can do it on stream. I won't have to be super plugged into it because I know the beats that'll be happening anyway. I'd love to reunite with Space Wife and try and get Talia her planet again. It'll be a fun time. So, streams are definitely going to come back. I'll probably keep the same schedule as before, unless something changes. And then once I'm done with Mass Effect 1 through 3, maybe we'll actually tackle Andromeda for real this time and power through the whole thing for the sake of completeness. Video essays will also be coming. I don't know what the first one will be. Thinking about it, maybe I'll do something on Pokemon. The whole Pokemon Company Game Freak debacle, to tie into the National Dex thing. There are a couple other ideas I have in my notes that I might be doing for video essays, but the vlogs will probably stop. Just because I've wanted to do both. I have a Google, Google Keep, like their notes application. I have it filled with tons of ideas for IM Games videos. And I'll shotgun a couple vlogs on Sunday, which is the day I usually dedicate to making videos. And then when I'm done with the vlogs, the idea is to start working on a long format video with the time remaining. Because the rest of my week is divided up into doing 3D modeling and working on the actual video game. Going forward, I think I'm probably going to switch my schedule around and give myself 2 days a week to work on videos. So I can do a lot of research and make sure the video essays are actually meaty and kind of work in the new algorithm and things like that and are actually worth watching. I think some of the essay content I've put up so far, the Splatoon one, the Doom video, Make Games Not Art, those are great, but they're short. And YouTube likes watch time, so they're going to have to be longer. They're going to have to be at least 10 minutes a pop. So I'll have to try and do that without having the script be too over bloated. I think that's kind of, my writing style is different than Digi's. In fact, Digi can go on for literally hours, and it's all interesting. For me, I make a point, That's pretty much it. That's why my videos are like 3 to 5 minutes. When I have something to say, I just say the thing. I don't want to waste anybody's time. But YouTube rewards you as a channel for wasting people's time, so I'll have to find a way to have my cake and eat it too. Have salient points that are more complicated than what I usually do with my writing. So it'll be a learning experience for me. If you guys have suggestions on essays you'd like to see, I would super appreciate letting me know in the Discord or in the response with comments on this video. I'm assuming I'm going to upload this to YouTube somewhere. It won't be public though. Other than that, Patreon support would be super appreciated. You don't have to do it, obviously, only if you think it's worth it, because this is my big project now, and we'll see where it goes. I will do my best to work despite the fact that I am still, if you guys have been paying attention, I still have my spinal injury. I have to wait till the end of the month so I can get a new doctor, so I can book a surgery, and hopefully the surgery will fix it, and I'll be back to working at 100%, because this entire week, I've barely gotten out of bed because I've been in so much pain. So, good stuff. But I'm not letting that be an excuse. I'm still trying to work and get things done regardless. If you guys have any further questions, any further clarifications you would like from me, feel free to let me know on the Discord. My phone is always on me. I'm a crack addict to social media. So if you need to get a hold of me, all you gotta do is at me somewhere. I'll see it. I'll respond as quickly as possible. So yeah, to summarize, the channel is not dying. I'm taking full control, and I'm going to attack it as hard as I possibly can. If you don't like me, that's totally fine. I understand. Have a good life. Tell Digibro I said hi. Video essays will be the majority of the content going forward. I think it's most effective and will help the channel grow faster. I have a couple people who might be helping me. I can't confirm or deny it yet. It's still in the early talks. I will still do my best to be the voice of the channel, despite the fact that there'll be people possibly assisting, maybe, question mark. We'll see how that goes. I'll still be working on the game. I might do more dev streams. I know we have like a big community of gamers, and we have a small kind of micro community within the community in the game dev tab who's very active and are talking about development. So I'd like to grow that as well. So we'll see how that goes. I'm just doubling down. Like, this is what I want to do. I had a lot of fun working on IM Games, and I still do. I still enjoy being in the Discord and talking with you guys every day. And I don't want to stop doing that. So, yeah, be the games you want to see. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. And I'll talk to you in the next video.